Hi, I'm Dr. Price, and in this video I'll be telling you 7 things to avoid when seeking help and trying to set up a meeting with an academic member of staff. Many students want to meet academic members of staff. Perhaps it's because you've had a lecture and you simply don't understand what they've been talking about and you need further help and guidance about that. Perhaps you're a research student and you want to meet with your research supervisor for guidance on what are the next steps, and you've got a problem that you want to discuss with them. That's all fine, and that's something that academics really enjoy doing, helping students. That's why they're an academic after all. But there are some things that really put academic members of staff off from holding meetings. And here are 7. So the first thing is that an academic member of staff receives an email and it's very cryptic. So the first thing to avoid is to not say who you are. We have hundreds of students as academics, and if you don't put your name even, or even you put, "Hi, can we meet? Alex." It's like, who's Alex? I've got hundreds of Alexes in my classes. Who are you? What do you want? Which class are you in? I see thousands of students each academic year. Please don't think I'm going to remember you simply from your email address. That's just not going to happen. Especially when students send emails from their personal email accounts, I'm thinking, is this actually a spam email? Is this person trying to hijack my computer and take over? Or, is this legitimate? So not telling me what the meeting is for is another thing to avoid. Why do you want to meet? How can I meet you effectively if I don't know what sort of things you're going to ask me? As an academic, I get asked all sorts of things, not just about the academic work like courseworks, how to write an essay or a report, how to do an exam, that sort of thing, but also about the administrative side of university life. People get sick and what impact is that going to have on their course? I even get questions about finance, which I can't answer actually. I get questions about the progression of their degrees, all sorts of things. So if you're not telling me what the meeting is for in your email, I can't prepare. I can't be effective in that meeting, because we might meet and you ask me a question and I say, sorry, I don't know about financial matters in the university. That's not my thing at all. So that would be a complete waste of time for both of us. But equally, when you come to a meeting, you need to be prepared. If you don't bother to be prepared for the meeting, why should I? You're the student, you're supposed to be showing me your commitment and dedication to your studies. If you come and ask me questions like, you've set this question in a homework and I don't know what the answer is. Can you tell me what the answer is? It's like, no, I can't. Another common question is, we have this exam coming up. Can you tell me what the answers are for the questions? It's like, no, I can't. Can you tell me what the questions are in the exam? No, I won't. That's not fair. So, come prepared for meetings. A much better way to hold that sort of discussion would be, I've done some revision for the exam that's coming up. I think possibly looking at past exam papers, these sort of questions are coming up and I've prepared these answers to them. I emailed them to you a couple of days before this meeting, so hopefully you've had a chance to have a look. What do you think about my answers? Am I on the right lines? As a member of the academic staff, as the lecturer, I am much more able to give you help in that scenario than if you just turn up and say, what are the answers to the exam questions? What questions are likely to come up in the exam? See the difference? So also, be realistic when you're requesting meetings from academic members of staff. Don't expect to email at 9 o'clock in the morning and meet on the same day. Academic members of staff have many things to do. They've got many students that they are dealing with. They've got classes, they've got teaching to prepare, they've got assignments to write, they've got other admin duties in the university, they've got their own research projects, and also they've got their own lives to live as well. Things like dental appointments, doctor, medical care, holidays to take, all this sort of thing. So be realistic. Give them a few days advance notice of when you want to meet, and with that email, when you request a meeting, suggest a couple of different times during the day, because it might be that you've picked the day and the time of day when their classes are occurring. Also, another annoying thing is when you hold a meeting with a student and a student comes to a subsequent meeting and they haven't actually completed the agreed actions from the previous meeting. It's like, well, we've discussed this already and we've agreed these things would happen and you would do this, and you haven't done this. Now, unless you've got a legitimate reason why you haven't done that, it's really a terrible thing to say, well, you know, I ran out of time, or I just couldn't be bothered and I didn't do that. It's like, well, we discussed that's what you need to do and you just wasted my time in that meeting, and now you're wasting my time in this second meeting, and so what's the point? Why should I spend my time trying to help you if you don't take responsibility and actually do the things that are going to help you that I've suggested? Also, come to a meeting with questions, and don't just sit there and say, well, you've given me this lecture about such and such, and I sat in the lecture and I don't understand it. It's like, well, what don't you understand? Which parts don't you understand? How can I help you? I can't go through the whole lecture again. You know, what are the specific issues of concern to you? What don't you understand but you've tried to provide solutions to? Perhaps you could have done some background reading, got some textbooks, or looked on YouTube for help in this topic area. But no, you just sit there and expect me to tell you everything. It's like, I can't do that. That's not the way we work in Western universities. It also shows that actually you're quite a lazy student. If you haven't bothered to put the work in yourself, then how does me going through it all again actually help you? Because you obviously weren't perhaps listening the first time, or making notes, or bothering to consolidate your learning at that point. So what's different now? The final thing, the seventh thing, is not turning up to the meeting that we've agreed to. Now, obviously there are things outside of your control that means you sometimes can't turn up to a meeting. So as soon as you know you're not going to be able to turn up to that meeting, please make contact with the academic member of staff and say, I'm really sorry, but I can't make it on time. I'm stuck in traffic. My internet's gone down. I won't be there. That's absolutely fine. But if you arrange a meeting with a member of staff, the member of staff's there waiting for you, and there's no communication as to why you haven't turned up to that meeting, that is totally unacceptable and totally unprofessional behaviour, and the academic will take quite a dim view of that. After all, why should they help you if you're just going to waste their time? So, to recap, the 7 things to avoid when meeting academic staff. Number 1, being unprepared. Number 2, not telling me what the meeting is for. Number 3, not saying who you are. Number 4, being unrealistic in your expectations. Number 5, not following agreed actions. Number 6, asking the same questions several times, especially questions that have already been covered elsewhere in your learning, and not doing anything to try and help yourself in that learning journey. And number 7, not turning up to meetings. Okay, hopefully that helps you. If you've liked this video, please give me the thumbs up. Put some comments below if you have any. Ask me some questions. Make suggestions, please, on other video topic areas that I can help you with in future videos. I'd really like to know that. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks. Bye.